You need to become a master in something that nobody can take away from you. I hear so many creatives worried about, will I be replaced by AI? What is the future of the creative economy? XYZ. And I'm here to say that although those are all valid, AI cannot replace experience. It can only replace information. So there will be a level of mastery that is needed in the world and even demanded, because we're going to be so flooded with just bullshit information overload. So my hope is that by the end of this video, you have a clear framework and container for you to hone your craft, to pursue a level of self-mastery that will be invaluable in the next 10, 20 years as a creative. So if you're new here, my name's Kev. I'm an award-winning furniture designer, and I'm an unwavering stand for helping creatives get out of their heads and into their hearts and bodies. So AI is here, and it's not hard to see the information overload that it's creating. All sorts of wild content, all sorts of shit just floating on the internet, blog posts, yada, yada, yada. You got to use AI or you're behind. And while I'm not necessarily for rejecting it nor completely embracing it, I want to propose the path of self-mastery instead. And instead of feverishly trying to superimpose your craft and how you can use AI to get ahead, I would much rather you focus your energy on truly just becoming a master in something that nobody can take away from you. This doesn't mean that everyone has to work in the physical medium, right? But I do think that's an amazing place to begin if that's something that you offer, right? But how you become a master is twofold. One, you need devotion over a long time horizon. And two, you need a sense of rigor, which is not the case for most creatives. The last thing that we tend to crave is structure, rigor, and a certain level of clear container and commitment to our craft. As artists and creatives, we tend to be these amorphous blobs of inspiration and energy, and we create only when the wave or the arc of inspiration is at a high point. It's not wrong, it's just unrealistic. It's like only believing that joy is the emotion the world wants to see out of you. The world wants all of you. It wants the depths of you, right? Now, there's an appropriate way to share that. I'm not going to get into that example. But only creating when you feel inspired is like only being seen when you are absolutely joyful and radiant. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's so much more aliveness that needs to be tended to and cultivated. And the same is true for your creativity. It is most important to have a process and a system and an embodied practice of creating even when it feels sticky. So this is why I'm a firm believer in creating clear containers for your work, because that's what allows devotion to take your work to places you couldn't imagine, i.e. a level of mastery that will be sought after, that can't be replaced, that will become invaluable in the new economy, right? And so that type of container will look different for everyone, but what I suggest is blocking out a solid chunk in your schedule wherever it makes sense. You have time, it's just you are creating time for other things. And if becoming a master in your craft, in your creative expression, in cultivating a sustainable practice or business out of that is something that you want to prioritize and value, you better fucking make some time for it, right? I hear so many people that say they value deep creativity and expressing themselves fully, yet they only do it sometimes on a Sunday afternoon when it feels right. That's not the path to mastery, right? The path to mastery is going to probably begin with resistance, right? when you start resisting your own desire, that means there's something really potent there, that your practice is to open through. To have the rigor to commit to a container, whether that's Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 9 to 12, I'm going to block out for writing, or I'm going to block out for welding, or I'm going to block out for ceramics, whatever that means to you. That is your sacred time where you get to leave all the other identities of you at the door. And when you enter into that space, that literal time and space, you get to be in your practice, which means you're devoting to whatever comes up. If nothing wants to move through you, amazing. You're going to sit there in silence for 2 hours. And maybe just for shits and giggles, try writing something because you can. Opening through that resistance is really the first true step of testing your craft, of being initiated into a deeper level of mastery. And it's just a shame that so many people tend to quit when resistance comes up or things get difficult. That's where it gets juicy. It's like leaving a relationship the first time conflict happens time and time and time and time again. That doesn't create depth, it doesn't create intimacy, and the same is true for your craft. So to devote to something that you can be passionate about for the next 5-10 years, something that really wants to come out of your heart, and to have the rigor to make a clear container for yourself to where you can show up, leave your baggage at the door, and practice creating. Practice opening through the closure that you might feel. I don't want to fucking create. I'm not feeling it today. Who the fuck cares? If you want to be a master, it doesn't matter if you feel like it. It matters if you want to stay committed to the integrity of your decision. If you want to accept the challenge of becoming all that you can be as an artist and a creative, which is going to lead you through some uncharted territory, some uncomfortable waters, right? I have all sorts of content you can watch about creating a fortified nervous system and relationship to yourself to be able to stay devoted for the long run and to show up time and time again. But this video in specific is about what it takes to truly become a master of your craft. So devotion over a long time horizon and the rigor to show up even when you don't want. That means structure for artists and creatives, which is what we try to keep away like the plague, right? But we need that structure. You can go watch one of my last videos on structure. And those two concepts, devotion and rigor, over time will lead you to become a master in something that only you uniquely can. Because your gifts, it doesn't matter if the finished product looks like somebody else's. What is imbued into it through your practice, through what you know to be true, through your core values, through your embodied presence, that is the true depth and felt experience of your work. It doesn't matter if it's a YouTube video, it doesn't matter if it's a piece of furniture, a piece of architecture, or a metal sculpture. What I create will have me inside of it, and it might look similar to someone else's, yet it can feel entirely different. And that's where you can become a master of something that nobody can replace, because you can't be replaced. Your unique presence is of such deep value to the world, and all that you need to do is devote to bringing more of it out authentically, while having the rigor to go deeper and deeper and deeper and to truly become a master. And so if you want help going that deep, I invite you to check out the Embodied Creator Toolkit. It's a series of 27 different experiments that you can start implementing today that will help you slow the fuck down, really connect to your body, your deep core creative center, your power, and learn to give from that place. And it's facilitated in fun and playful ways. And you can also be sure to sign up for my free newsletter, where every week you get a story sent straight to your inbox. And be sure to subscribe to this channel for more content like this. I appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Ciao.